Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Director Maguire, for your testimony today. I want to say thank you also to the whistleblower for having the courage and the bravery to come forward on behalf of the nation. Thank you to Mr. Atkinson, also the Inspector General, for his courage in coming forward to Congress. You mentioned that you believe that the whistleblower's report is credible, that the whistleblower is credible, that the whistleblower acted in good faith. You've had a chance now, as we have, and I believe the American people have, had an opportunity to review both the whistleblower complaint and the transcript that was released of the phone call between the President of the United States and the President of Ukraine. You've read both documents by now, haven't you?
Yes, Congressman.
Would you say that the whistleblower's complaint is remarkably consistent with the transcript that was released?
I would say that the whistleblower's complaint is in alignment with what was released yesterday by the President.
Okay, I want to read you a quick section of both to underscore exactly how accurate and consistent this complaint is. On page 2 of the whistleblower's complaint, the whistleblower says, according to the White House officials who had direct knowledge of the call, the President pressured Mr. Zelensky to, and then there's a few bullet points. The first one says, initiate or continue an investigation into the activities of former Vice President Joseph Biden and his son Hunter Biden. Then the third bullet point, meet or speak with two people the President named explicitly as his personal envoys on these matters, Mr. Giuliani and Attorney General Barr, to whom the President referred multiple times in tandem. In the transcript that was released on page 4 of the first paragraph, into what looks like the third sentence, President Trump says, the former ambassador from the United States, the woman, was bad news, and the people she was dealing with in the Ukraine were bad news, so I just want to let you know that. The other thing, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, that Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that, so whatever you can do with the Attorney General would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, etc. Do you have reason to doubt what the whistleblower has brought forward?
Getting back into Michael Atkinson's determination on whether or not it was credible or urgent concern, as the DNI, it is not my place to ensure that it is credible. That is the ICIG's job as the inspector. He has determined that it is credible. My only trouble was that, in fact, it involves someone who is not in the intelligence community or in an organization under which I have authority and responsibility. Outside of that—
But Director Maguire, you agree that it involved intelligence matters, it involved an issue of election interference, it involved an investigation of U.S. persons, including a former vice president. If you had knowledge, or the CIA had knowledge, that a government was going to investigate or drum up an investigation against a former vice president, would that not that wouldn't qualify as an intelligence matter? Would that qualify as an intelligence matter, yes or no?
Well, I don't mean to say that's kind of a hypothetical question, sir.
No, I don't think it's hypothetical.
well,
that's exactly what's in the transcript. That's what he's asking for.
What the complaint.
But that's what the President is asking the President of Ukraine to do. He's asking the President of Ukraine to investigate a former Vice President of the United States. Does that qualify as an intelligence matter that the CIA would want to know?
The conversation was by the President to the President of Ukraine, as you know, and it is his— I am not—
But Mr. Maguire, I understand, but that cannot be an ultimate shield against transparency. It can't be an ultimate shield against accountability. The President is not above the law. One thing that you haven't told us is if your office or if the Inspector General is not able to investigate, then who is able to investigate?
Congressman Castro, once again, sir, as I mentioned several times so far, although it did not come to the committee, the complaint was referred to the Judicial Department for criminal investigation. This was not swept under the rug.
I have one more question for you. Why did your office think you should appeal the IG's determination about quote-unquote urgent concern to the DOJ? That has never been done before. It's never been done before.
This is unprecedented in that in the past, that there has never been a matter that the Inspector General has investigated that did not involve a member of the intelligence community or an organization that the Director of National Intelligence...
One last point I would make with respect to, you keep saying the president is not part of the intelligence community. I believe he is. The president, you agree, has the ability to declassify any single intelligence document. Do you agree that's true?
The president has original classification authority.
Then how is that
and he
person
can
outside of the intelligence community?
Excuse me. He is the President of the United States above the entire executive branch.
Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman.